Hi, can you briefly introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, sure. My name is Wenyuan, and I'm 27 years old, and currently I'm a software engineer working in Google, and most likely I'm currently working on the previous Google stuffs and as well as the Google Pay. Uh, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, so the first question is assume that you need to share a dinner bill with your friends. How would
Mhm.
you usually pay him or pay her back?
Oh, yeah. This is really depends because for public, just Venmo or PayPal is a really popular ways to make a P2P transactions. But just across Google, we always prefer the Google productions. So the answer is just if I just make the public transactions, maybe public P2P transactions, I will just pay by Venmo
Mm-hmm.
most likely. And for the internal, maybe just share bills with my colleagues, and I just choose the Google Wallet. Currently, it's just rebranding to the Google Pay Cent.
Okay, thank you. The second question is what is your favorite payment method when you are trying to make a purchase in a store, such as when you are trying to buy a coffee in Starbucks? What is your favorite payment method?
Okay, yeah. For just if what we make the merchants just specific to the Starbucks. Yeah, I do know that Starbucks has a loyalty program and they do have the prepaid card and which can just I can save points and maybe make get a free drink
Mm-hmm.
after 10 cups of coffee. So if it is Starbucks, I prefer to use the prepaid card to save my money. And what's more, just if I just go to the supermarket like the Trader Joe's, and they do accept Android Pay. Right now it's just Google
Google
Pay. Yeah,
Pay.
I just prefer to use the
Google
electronic
Pay.
transactions.
Okay.
But yeah, for most and there's still a lot of other stores do not accept the NFC payments, so I still use the credit cards.
Okay, I see. Have you used Venmo to make any purchases?
No, not really. I do just make use Venmo to do P2P transactions, but I never use the
To buy
Venmo
anything?
to
No?
do the purchase.
Okay.
The main problem is just I don't really know which merchants accept Venmo, and just for the some aggressive merchants who want to accept more payment methods, they do accept Google Pay. So if just already have a choice to pay with Google Pay, so I didn't I
Okay.
didn't do pay with Venmo.
Okay. So in your idea, what is Venmo's advantages and disadvantages compared to Google Pay?
Oh, this is a pretty good question. Yeah, for the Venmo, I think the most advantages is just yeah, I didn't do the surveys, but I just based on my observation and the reading, based on my readings, I just know Venmo has a younger group of people users than any other apps like PayPal, and uh, just a group all the young you mean just which just you attract more younger people, which means you can make more impacts on the future. Just more and more younger people will use your products, and so you can accumulate your users. This is the most advantages for the Venmo, but for the disadvantages, I mean I think, yeah, just their functional is not complete enough.
Not complete
Be,
enough? Okay.
no, it's not enough because just based on my studies, I do know Waymo supports. Just recently, maybe half years ago, they do support online transactions. Not only they just do not limited their productions into the P2P transactions, but they expand their products to the online purchase. But the online purchase only currently just Yeah, just I mean the online this is the only online purchase, but they do not support the in-app purchase, which is just Google Pay, and as well as the Android Pay already supports that. So yeah, they in this such a case, the user can just choose the Google Pay or Android Pay only, but instead of not choose the Venmo.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
But I think the P2P transactions of Venmo is pretty good. Yeah, it's a really good feature.
Okay, thank you. Next question is, have you used or heard about Zelle or Cash by Square Cash?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. How do you like them overall?
Yeah, I just I use the Zelle. Yeah, because I'm just a user of the Chase, and they just changed their brand from the Chase Chase Quick Pay to the Zelle, and I think it's a really good features because, well, it just unified all the banks, and people can just make P2P transactions across multiple banks, and this just unify the whole P2P transactions. Yeah, I think this production is just really want to make competitions with the Venmo and as well as PayPal to share the market, to just get more market sharings just against these traditional banks.
Okay. So how do you feel about Venmo's public transaction function? How do you feel about other people being able to see your transactions on the app?
Personally speaking, yeah, this feature is good because you notice this is a social things. Just a lot of merchants want to get into this area, so it's a really good features to have these social mediums in the Venmo. But personally speaking, I do not use it quite often. Just when I don't really want to expose myself to the public, so I just usually make it as a private transactions, and I can see it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think this idea to just to put the Venmo into the media to the social is really a good idea.
Okay, thank you. Our last question is, do you think cash, checks, and credit cards will eventually be replaced by mobile apps in future? Why?
I don't think so. Because just to like Venmo as well as the Google Pay or Android Pay, whatever, to just make the we still have a long way, just a long way to go because just when we just it requires additional hardwares to accept the Google Pay and Android Pay, and it still requires the actual mobile devices that can make you to pay with Google Pay or pay with the Android Pay. So I think so in some cases the credit card and the checks still has their use cases. So I don't really think it finally will get replaced by the electronics apps. But yeah, I definitely think while the marketing shares will be lower and lower for these traditional payment methods.
Okay. Thank you very much for your interview today. Thank you.